Anyways, welcome back to the Tales of Midcryu campaign. Does anyone... So, who wants to do a review of what happened last session?
I could.
You will get some inspiration if you do so.
All right. So basically, we have a whole bunch of travelers met up. We got a turtle, a dragonborn, a gnome, a tabaxi, another elderly character whose race I don't remember. But we meet up in town looking for some dude, dragonborn, named Yorash, and can't find him. He's been missing. Through some weird teleportation portal that we stumbled upon and was activated with Dragonborn blood. We end up in this weird pocket dimension with just kind of a cozy home, but it's only a cozy home until we find a locked basement. Head on down where we find the charred corpse of Yorash and are ambushed by a baby red dragon. It's pretty rough. Players make it through.
Yeah,
And now we are waiting post-battle.
That is a truth fact. You murdered that little baby dragon. Go ahead and take your inspiration.
Jasnah is incredibly cranky, needs to take a break, but is...
Team old people is just generally cranky.
But,
Team old people!
So
it is really team old people.
So, all the, like, anything that looks like a journal, papers that all got rescued before fire happened, we have most of that.
Yes.
Somewhat, some of that, because Jasnah wants to find out what this guy thought he was doing, because Red Dragon? That is the dumbest idea ever.
Yeah, so, Orryn will take the, hour and 20 minutes to individually cast Identify ritually on each magic item they found, including all 3 healing potions.
And the 1 silver?
You would have to talk to Amavasya first.
Oh,
because they still don't trust you guys.
So yeah, you guys managed to put out the fire before it got smoked out of the place. The corpse is now lying on the floor.
So we're taking...
and Orryn, you have everything.
So we're taking a short rest, right?
I believe so.
Everyone else is probably. I don't think I can do that and ritually cast at the same time.
We can take 2 hours.
Is that what everyone's doing? Amavasya?
That room upstairs looked mighty comfy.
Yeah, out of character, could we see the basement room?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Sorry, I just want to jog my memory for the layout.
No worries.
Okay. So first things first, Amavasya would definitely check in on Jasnah.
She's resting. She will actually, like, to relax, she tends to she has a book of poetry that she goes to, and she I didn't prepare it right now, but she'll quietly read some of it, and it will count as a song of rest for people to get extra hit dice back if needed.
That's fancy. What?
All
you
right.
can use?
Which I need to roll for her.
I'll say you guys are taking the 2 hours, so Orryn, you can also benefit from a short rest.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
Well done.
Back to full and then some.
If only you
I
could heal
just made it back
past.
to full. All
Yeah,
right.
I exactly made it back. Well, I guess I didn't roll the d6. I at least made it back to full because I was 10 down. So
And who had the books and such?
Orryn had the books and the staff
And the notes.
and the notes.
If he won't complain while he's doing all the identifying, she'll look at the books and notes and try to figure out what was happening.
Yeah, he'll hand you the notes.
And to read them out to everybody, or at least pertinent information, because she really wants to know why.
Mm-hmm.
What is he doing
Okay.
in this little pocket dimension that they've overtaken, apparently. Also,
Yeah,
I think
Go on.
something, one of the, like, I don't know, like, she wouldn't know how to do it, but she'll ask Orryn, like, do you know if this place is pertinent, or should we get out of here? Is this a place where
Permanent?
like,
Are you asking?
yeah, like,
Or
if he can tell, if there's a way for him to tell whether this little pocket dimension they're sitting in is going to collapse around them, or are they okay to stay here?
can I make an Arcana check on that?
I mean,
Of course.
obviously, it looks like he's been here for a while. He was planning to raise a baby dragon in this tiny room, but was it something he had to keep, like, keep up?
Yeah, that's a 19 Arcana.
19. You're fairly certain that this place has already permanently been established, so
Mhm.
you don't think there's any fear of it, say, collapsing on you guys.
Okay.
Even if it was gonna break down, I reckon there'd be some kind of notes or incantation to keep it going within the area of this place. I doubt he would want to get it collapsed on.
That's possible, or he could have had the spell memorized if he did it repeatedly. I figured we should just be sure. This isn't a magic I know personally.
This is that wizardly stuff. Don't know much
DM,
about that.
Yeah.
given the parent background for my character, would I be able to recognize what Orryn's doing and identifying?
Let me double check. Yeah, I think you would.
Okay, in which case my character isn't sketched out and we'll waltz on
Yeah,
up to Orryn.
Okay. He was gonna start with the stuff that he had, and then after that, say, like, I can tell you what that does if you give it to me for, 10 minutes, or I guess he might say like half an hour or something, because you have several different things. But yeah.
Yeah, so I'll hand it over without a doubt, and after checking in on Jasnah, I'll just kind of park it near Orryn just to kind of observe.
Are we? I think he'd go back upstairs to do this, because upstairs seemed like a more comfortable environment.
Location.
There aren't a
There's
bunch
no-
of corpses laying about.
Not a bunch of
Yeah.
corpses and not smoke and yeah.
All right, you guys
That's
head
also something we
upstairs.
may want to identify.
no lava bucket.
What was that?
It's a lot
The
nicer up
lava
here.
bucket.
The lava bucket.
Yeah, he was gonna take 10 minutes to identify that too, but that was the least pertinent, probably.
Before you head upstairs, it's basically it's not a normal enchantment. It basically is resistant to fire damage.
Gotcha.
So
Figured.
lava will
Resistant or
go through it.
immune to? Because
Resistant specifically.
so the lava will eventually burn its way through.
If it's kept heated, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh no.
Is it sitting on something that's heating it?
Looking underneath, doesn't look like it. And observing the top, it does look. Somebody give me a nature check. That's observing this thing, or anyone who wants
I
to.
asked. 19.
Yeah, it looks like the lava is not like red hot. It looks like it's starting to cool and starting to harden.
It's
Well, that's good.
it's still uncomfortable. Jasnah wants to go upstairs where it isn't.
Oh yeah, it's still lava. All right, everyone heads upstairs. You spread out. Jasnah reads her poetry, and you all kind of relax in the comfortable room. As for the items, you look. Which one are you going for first?
The book.
All right. You open up the book, and you first start to kind of read through it, and it looks to be his spell book.
Ooh. This is
And
mine.
after enchanting, it appears to be an enduring spell book, so it will survive most things. Here, let me
Okay.
post the spells that you find within it.
As someone
Excellent.
who's playing a wizard in a different game, those are my favorite words ever.
You find it's
You
his
find a
spell book.
spell book.
Yes. gimme.
Those are the
Oh,
spells
Magic
that he
Aura is
has.
such a good spell.
Ooh. Nice.
What are you going for next?
I will do the staff next.
All right. First, before that, as you're flipping through the book, a ring falls out from between the pages. You didn't sense it earlier, but
But I didn't
definitely
see it earlier.
exactly. But onto the staff.
I'll do the ring first, the one that just fell out.
Okay. You take the 10 minutes, and you find it is a band of loyalty.
Ooh. I'm not familiar with that.
Don't worry, other than the enduring spellbook, I have bits for all the magic items.
That's an interesting.
You
Onto
said it
the
was a
staff.
band of loyalty?
Yes.
Okay.
So
thank you.
so essentially just so like if you die you can't reveal secrets.
It does what it does.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm sorry for being late.
It's all good. Everyone just moved upstairs, started having a short rest, and are identifying the items.
Gotcha.
All right, and you
So
want to
the
do the
Band of
staff?
Loyalty was the one that came out of the book?
Yes, he wasn't wearing it. It was in the book.
Ha, I won't wear this ring that kills me, and then I won't die, he said right before death.
Anyways, onto the staff.
Yep, staff.
Is a sky blinder staff.
Ooh.
The other ring is. I'll just go through instead of
Okay.
like 3 healing potions, 1 potion of haste, which is the silver, and the ring that Amavasya found on his person was a ring of mind shielding.
Ooh. I don't know what that does, but it sounds cool.
Cannot be scryed.
Ooh, I really like it.
No, it doesn't prevent scrying. It prevents detecting of a person's thought alignments, whether or not they're lying. So you're immune to zone of truth,
Mm.
and creatures can't telepathically communicate with you unless you allow it. Also, it can be invisible if you want.
I love that the rogue got that. I'm very excited.
The only the Skyblinder staff requires attunement.
Okay.
What is attunement?
It means you must take some time to be compatible with the item, and you only have 3 attunement slots per character.
Essentially, you hang
Oh.
out with an item for an hour, and you kind of become
Bond with it.
yeah, you bond with it, and it allows you to use it.
All the
That's
rest
neat.
you can just use as is. So who's taking what?
I'm snatching all my stuff back.
So the ring.
Potions.
What else?
It's the 3 healing potions, the silvery potion, the ring of mind shielding, from what was identified.
Okay. So 3 potions, potion of haste, and the ring of mind shielding. Are you putting on the ring of mind shielding?
Was I told what it did?
That's kind of
Yeah, I explained what stuff did.
Okay, then yes. I'm gonna pop it on.
All right.
Actually, can I put it on my rat? Will that work?
it has to be on you for it to work for you.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. So you
Anything
slip
that
it onto the
like
rat.
kind of
All right.
like stealths my rat anyway. I'll be like, cool.
You kind of slip it onto the rat.
Like a really
Like it's got like
Where?
a waistband, kind of.
rats
Like
aren't
it's like
rats aren't that small. Mice aren't that small.
True. Hmm.
You might choke it to death.
Yeah, no. I'm starting to think. Yeah, no. It could not wear this ring. It wouldn't fit on it.
Yeah.
So either you put it on or you give it to somebody else.
Yeah, I'll put it on.
All right. Immediately you hear in your head, "What the bloody hell? Oh, god damn it! Of course, of bloody course. You, person, cat, girl, person. What is your name?" Only you hear this.
I'm going to talk in my head and say, I am Amavasya. Who are you and where are you?
I'm in the bloody ring, obviously. And I'm your Ash, of course. Didn't you take it off my body, no doubt, no less? Of course it had to be you. Couldn't the... whatever. It doesn't matter. Looks like you're going to be helping me for the next while.
Helping for what exactly?
Well, to complete my research, of course. I clearly can't. I'm dead. And I'm in a ring now, obviously. So now
funny
you're
how
about
that
to
happens.
complete the work for me. That's why I was hoping someone a bit more, how do you put it, intellectual might have taken it. Like, that little gnome person over there, or maybe even the other Dragonborn. But of course I got you.
It's, I'm just going to ignore him for a moment and walk over to Jasnah. Have you met Yorash before?
No, I haven't. He was suggested as someone I should talk to see if he would join us on the expedition.
Interesting. I have a feeling he's a bit of a prick.
Considering what he's been up to, I am inclined to agree.
I'm not a prick, damn it. I'm simply a visionary long before my time, damn it.
Just gonna kind of nod and go, mm-hmm.
Well then, what are
I'm
you standing
gonna-
there for? Go get my notes.
Yeah, what do the notes say? Because I think
Yeah, because Jasnah was
Uh,
gonna read them out to
Jasnah
everybody,
was
like
looking through them.
the
Well,
Right,
Yeah.
we'll step a few minutes back in time.
the
The notes that were upstairs were completely unintelligible, and you could not understand what they said. But the ones downstairs, that parts of them got burned. But from the most that you can understand, like Jasnah, you were reading them, correct?
She was
Right,
gonna
yeah.
read out the pertinent information.
They're in Draconic, but it tells the pertinent information. Okay, it talks of him. It seems like it's kind of a personal journal of him running from Scenaria, the city, saying he was betraying his employers, taking off their damn ring. His employer was named somebody called that he only referred to as His Majesty, and decided to continue his own research in hiding.
And anything about what that research was meant to accomplish?
Nope.
And the unintelligible stuff, is it a language, or does it look like he was just scribbling like a crazy person on the
it looks like
Uh,
he
I
had been
don't-
casting illusory script on it. I think I think I'd mentioned that when we first looked at it because
Yeah,
I
I couldn't
made an
remember
Arcana
that.
check on it.
I couldn't remember, so that's why I asked.
Yeah.
let me see what it says. The writing appears unknown or magical script that is illegible.
Should probably hold
However,
on to it and
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm keeping the illusory script ones because those should wear off within the next week sometime.
Well, do you have my notes already? I don't believe you do. I can see through your eyes. So go get them. The little gnome is staring at them. Unless you want to give me over to him.
Right, very well. And I'm gonna head over to Orryn. No, the wrong way. I would appreciate if you would borrow this ring for a moment. I'm getting a bit of a headache. Think somebody would rather read the notes than have me read them. I'm gonna hold out the ring real quick.
Can I
Right,
make an insight check?
Hold on. You try to take off the ring and it appears to be stuck. You can't seem to take it off. Well, isn't this bloody brilliant? Now, it seems that we're stuck together. Damn it. Just grab the notes.
Oh goodness. Okay. Sorry. Change of plans then. Could I borrow those weird-looking notes for a moment?
The ring's giving you a headache?
Might sound a bit bonkers, but it appears Yorash's spirit is stuck in this damned thing.
Then I suggest you take it off.
Ha!
Just tried. It's stuck.
Ha! Sorry, I'm sure it's painful.
I'm sure.
Have I heard of that kind of thing before?
Give me an Arcana check.
I just pictured Platt and Grayson fist bumping in the corner, watching this happen.
The plat laugh. It's so good.
21.
Yeah, now that you actually decide to think back on such a ring, hold on, I guess I can get you the rest of the text for the ring. But basically, the curse of this ring you didn't realize is when the person who's wearing it dies, their soul gets trapped within the ring. They can leave if they wish, but if they still have something that they want to try and accomplish, their soul can stay in there as long as they wish. And if somebody puts on the ring, it is fused with them until the person's business is done or they depart.
Hmm.
And then you realize another thing as Amavasya, give me a wisdom save.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
For this character, a wisdom save? Let me Great. So
I try not to lowball wisdom ever.
yeah, it's killing me. This is my first time playing not a super high wisdom. Okay.
I'm sorry
So
you got the ring.
I got 10.
Unfortunately, Amavasya's eyes kind of go back and they come back a vibrant, like, copperish color. And her voice seems to change into a very deeper masculine voice. Ugh. Well, I guess she kind of flexes her hands a little bit. I guess I can take some control. And Amavasya, you can still hear everything that's going on and see what's going on. Oh, I apologize. But yeah, now they can see and hear kind of everything going on. Well, I guess I can have some control if her will is weak. Oh, yes. Hello all. I am Yorash. I was trapped. I'm kind of trapped within a ring right now. And a cat, apparently.
Let her go.
Or what? You're going to strike your friend? Hardly. Now, little gnome, please give me my notes back. They are very important.
Well, they were right. You are a prick.
I suggest you be moving on, Dragonborn. You don't want to make this a thing.
I'm not moving anywhere. I'm staying right here until my work is done, damn it.
Your work is done. You're dead. Congratulations, you made a bad decision. Now get out of her, get out of them, get out of here. Move on. Go to whatever afterlife you see fit. Because if I have to drag you and them to the nearest cleric to burn your ass out, oh, you ain't gonna like that very much.
I'd like
Not
to
a
see
pretty
you
sight,
try.
trust me.
You
I get up and start walking
overgrown
over.
turtle. Amavasya, you can go ahead and give me another wisdom save.
Right, come on. I'll give you another chance. Let's go. 19.
All right. Your eyes roll back and come back to your own hue. You are back in control of your body.
I was instantly up.
Back in your head. Oh, damn it. I guess I can only do it for short bursts of time.
It's okay. I'm back. Thank you, Platt. Also, that's way more intimidating than I thought it was going to be. Remind me not to cross you.
We're leaving. We have what we came for. Grab this
Hold
asshole's
on.
clothes. We're going.
You hear in your head again. Hold on. If it's going to be this difficult, how about we make a deal, damn it? You help me complete my research. I won't take control over you. Unless I think I might be able to use my own powers while I am in your form. I can aid you in your journeys, perhaps. As long as you help me with my research, I must complete it.
Is he still talking to you?
I think so. Well, be mutually beneficial, then I suppose it's not a terrible business agreement. But it's
Ask it.
that. A business agreement. If I want to terminate it, I will.
Are you speaking out loud or still just to this?
Yeah.
At this point, yeah.
Ask him what his research is.
So, what exactly is your research? Clearly has something to do with dragons.
Would it be easier if I simply talked and then we could all hear at the same time?
Very well, no funny games.
Agreed. Your eyes will roll back, and the dragon's eyes come back again. Well then. Alrighty. My research. I was researching how to enhance one's body and extend one's life. You've all heard of, you know how all the races' ages have been slowly diminishing. Well, that except for the shorter lived, such as he gestures to himself, I guess, then kind of grimaces and gestures over to Jasnah, the Dragonborn, as well as humans and whatnot, while the others, gesturing over to Orryn, have diminished. I've been trying to research a way to extend one's life and perhaps enhance their strength through the mixing of certain blood and life force of dragons. Hence the dragon I had down below that did not end greatly.
So you're experimenting on infants. Insane,
Well,
barbaric infants. But
That's
infants
kind of
nonetheless.
messed up.
you try and get a dragon egg at such a young age, they are very hard to come by.
That's not helping your case any.
Well, I did try with pseudo-dragons, but they don't exactly live that long either. So all I could get to was some minor camouflage abilities, which that dragon blue was part of the fruits of that labor. I'm assuming none of you saw it as you entered my basement or as it approached.
You got it right there.
Yes, thank you for that.
But of course, the research was doing well until my untimely demise.
And that always how it is. Goes well till it don't.
So exactly timely.
Your your notes mentioned fleeing your employers.
Oh, yes. Yes, that was a different time in Scenaria, the city, of course. I try not to think about that, though I did keep one token, and he gestures over to the ring that you were looking at, the Band of Loyalty. Yes, they kind of made everyone use those. No questions and all that.
Who were they?
He kind of looks around to a lot of you. Seriously, don't know? Oh, bloody hell. You must all be relatively new. Anyone who has spent any time on the road, like you traveling merchants and peddlers, go ahead and give me a history check.
17.
15.
Okay. Both
Do I
of
not
you
roll
would-
during these times because I'm still possessed?
Yeah,
I
you
guess?
can roll. You can roll. You can still
Uh,
hear everything. You can feel your body and everything. It's just really weird.
Cool.
Okay, so I got 19 total.
Okay, all of you would know this, except for Jasnah, apparently.
She didn't get out much.
That is true. You know that the greatest power in Scenaria is actually the underground, which is known as the Sakage. They basically are the true power of Scenaria. And it is not unheard of for them to make sure their members don't spread word of their dealings. No.
I just lean over to
Okay.
Grayson. Yeah, this is sounding real trustworthy.
Oh, never met a better person.
And well, I didn't really feel like what they wanted aligned with what I did, considering they had me doing something completely different than my own research, which between you and me is definitely not what I wanted to be doing. So I heard about a shipment that they managed to have of the egg, so I absconded with it a while back and have been living here quietly ever since.
Right. Just happened to get away from a criminal syndicate with an incredibly rare dragon egg.
Well, it wasn't
I
exactly
have
easy.
Sort of feeling I know what kind of litter I'm carrying.
He gives you a weird look. Letter?
Got paid good money to bring a letter to you personally.
By the way, Amavasya,
Shit.
at any time that you want to break free, just give me a wisdom save. Or you can just ask him.
Shady
Well.
figure in a hood and cloak, looking to get a note to some Dragonborn in the middle of nowhere. Can't imagine what it's gonna read.
Well, shit. You can, here. Do you have the letter? I'll take it now, if you wish.
Never say I don't deliver my letters. And I reach back into one of the pockets in the shell and pull it out and hand it over.
Thank you. He takes it and turns around and immediately throws it in the fire.
That's what I thought.
Amavasya
Effective use of a letter.
and anyone who would have been somewhat close to Amavasya when this happened, please give me a dex save.
Yup.
Okay. Yeah, okay. That is a
Yeah,
That
big
is a
16
7.
for me, Chief.
that's
16,
a 7.
you pass.
15?
15, fail. 24, okay. So whoever passes, you only, okay, I guess it didn't turn out to be much. You only take 3 points of fire damage. as unfortunately, Jasnah, you take 6. As the
Continuing the
letter
threat of
kind
fire
of
being bad.
explodes in the fireplace.
Just tuck my head. My head just slowly lifts out of the shell. And that's why I don't disrespect the mail.
Well, I guess this was not so useful. So I guess I'll allow you to discuss with your compatriots what whether you'll take me up on my deal or not. And eyes will shift back to their usual hue. Amavasya, you're back in control.
And
What's the
Jasnah's like touching like like bits where her scales are all like.
Grayson comes over to you and like puts a hand on you and heals you. Take a cure wounds.
And she's gonna say, "I suggest we put that ring in that bucket down there."
Actually, I'm gonna spend 2 healing lights.
Just a gentle reminder, Miss Employer. That is attached to my hand.
It's attached to a finger.
And these are my tools.
That's a hell of an implication.
Yes, but
Jasnah, give
You are
me
very
an Arcana check. Or you can make one as well if you wish.
18.
Okay.
You would know this is a magical item and would most likely not be destroyed by such means.
But cutting it off of her will get it off of her. These people that sent that letter found out where he was. They will probably be able to follow that ring.
They're gonna be real excited to find out that their precious whatever the fuck it is stuck in a ring that they can control.
And that is why I'm trying to make a deal.
Let me tell you something. I
He
work
saying
these
that only
woods
to
a
Amavasya.
long time. And there is nothing worse than hot cargo. Nothing makes my job harder than having someone else's stolen goods being on the back of my cart. A finger will be the last of your worries if they figure out what's up. And I've watched Grayson put back together bone. I've watched him put together limb. You're in good hands, but we need to deal with that. And he points at the ring.
Can't promise the whole finger, but maybe over time. He gives a very not convincing shrug.
Could you reattach it if we're able to get it off? Get the ring off the finger? I mean,
I can damn well try.
So, on that note, no. I'm not cutting off any of my fingers. And that's that. I will take out a dagger and point it at them.
You hear a big sigh from the ring. Oh, thank goodness.
You? No warning about something that may blow up? And damage Jasnah again? Seriously,
I wasn't
come on.
sure. I wasn't 100% sure. I thought it might have been poison, like the letter itself. But how am I supposed to know it was supposed to blow up?
To be fair, I wasn't expecting him to immediately throw it into an open flame. I was going to back everyone else up. But your business partner is currently reckless at best, suicidal at worst. And congratulations, it's in you.
Those are not good business partners, let me tell you. Do not
Yes,
go well.
I'm aware.
And I can also tell you this. You keep that, none of us sticking around. None of us want the fight that's gonna come over that. We've all collectively done our bits and parts to find this asshole.
Not to be blunt, but did we ever decide that we were going to continue travel together? I was under the impression that we were just trying to find a man.
Yeah, figured it was gonna be a see where the roads take us all type of situation.
Enough.
And now, while I do agree that this is nothing but trouble, I also do feel we can't just leave him behind. Sure, he's a dumbass for getting himself stuck inside a ring and killed from experiments on dragons, but I don't know. Still feels wrong dropping him.
Look, no one else has to know I'm in here. The ring can be invisible, remember? It's like I'm never here. Nobody else knows I have this, or I had this item on me. All that's left of me is a burned body. They can't track me. I'm nothing. You don't have to worry about anything finding me.
You got a point. Hate to admit it, but it does.
Did we all hear that?
Oh, that's right. My bad. I forgot to use a ritual.
At this point, Amavasya can let him speak through if she wishes. Or, sorry, as they wish.
I'm going to say no, he doesn't say that out loud.
Right. Take back what Grayson says.
Sorry.
That's
Um,
hey, that's
that
your
was just me
choice.
totally blanking on that. My bad.
I turn to Jasnah. You got the most stake in this. What do you think?
I don't trust it. Him, if it's still a him.
Well, I'm a spirit now, so I'm not very much of anything.
That's true.
If they gave him this ring, there is a very likely chance they have a way to track this ring. They found him already once.
The ring they gave him is the Band of Loyalty, which is different from the Ring of Mind Shielding.
That's the one. I thought
right.
that's the
his
one he
soul
was
is trapped
stuck in.
in.
Okay.
No.
He's stuck in the mind shielding ring. The Band of Loyalty is not.
Still.
If we ditch the Band of Loyalty here, that might be the play.
Or they do know about this other ring.
Hmm.
They found him here. They sent a bunch of us hunting for this guy.
Wait, they all here for me?
For some reason or another, yes, they are here for you.
Wait, are you here for me? What?
I'm here with Jasnah, who was recommended to meet you. And she doesn't seem very impressed at the moment.
Jasnah, who recommended this guy?
DM.
The great moments of middle of RP, and everyone just turns to the DM. Answer the question, DM.
It
Was it?
is in your note.
Is it? Let me find my note.
You just heard it at one of the many taverns you were or one of the
Yes.
taverns you were in Wayrest.
In Wayrest. I heard about a researcher that could possibly have helped me on a expedition that I'm trying to put together. Been asking around looking for people and was pointed in this direction.
I can still be of help. I still have some of my magical abilities, potentially, and I do have great knowledge on all things draconic of that nature. Plus, it might help me with my research.
You were experimenting on infant red dragons. None of this points in any direction of the sort of person that I would want accompanying me into a dangerous situation.
Not to mention where he came from before he was experimenting on infant red dragons.
Questionable morals at best.
Look, I'm basically dead already. All you have to do is say that I am dead, and which you don't even have to lie. There's even a bloody body. Well, charred body.
How about this? Oats? Continue with the plan of not chopping off any of my digits, and we take that charred corpse, hop back
Sorry,
through
you
that
cut
portal,
out after
and say,
we continue with the plan.
sorry, hang on. Am I coming through now?
Yep.
You were coming through the entire time for me.
Same.
Same.
Okay.
So
Not
it
for
was
me.
it was Connor's
Yeah, fuck you,
Internet.
My internet is not the greatest. I got 6 people who are all nerds living here and playing games constantly.
Ooh. It's a
Yeah.
bit of a strain on the internet.
But Zippa,
Your poor bandwidth.
Poor
try
Ben. Like,
reconnecting.
bandwidth out here sucks, so I get it.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't hear you now.
Hello? Hello, hello?
Now I hear you.
Now I hear you.
Alrighty. So, what was this deal you were proposing to this spirit of the ring?
I'm actually trying to the party at this point.
Okay.
So, what if we continue on the plan of not chopping off any of my digits? And
a good
then we take that charred corpse and lug it back to the town. Say, oh, we're so sorry for your loss. And then say, he's fucking toast. And then we don't have to deal with loose ends of
There will be
death.
a lot of questions considering the state we left the house he was living in.
Frankly, I mean, don't be blatantly don't be, completely see through with everything, but we can be truthful with just about all of the information. Except for the fact that he's in fact alive. That, of
The ring.
course, gets left out.
Exactly. So if we hide the ring, and I'm gonna make it invisible in my hand,
It becomes invisible.
then nobody has anything else to look at. Talk to your Ash. Do you mention anything about, the ring you're stuck in?
No, I cured this ring after I left my old employers. I had a friend from way before that make it for me in just such a case, so I could help me avoid detection.
There is another one attached. Okay. This
Let's not
friend of
forget
yours.
that he
Oh,
can take
he's
you
dead.
over.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Sorry.
All good.
Zach, I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Let's not forget that thing can take you over. You can walk out with your body at any time.
It is also true. So,
And
amendment,
who's
I
say we
will
can
no
track
longer
you?
drink.
You will have to sleep at some point.
You're right, that's a factor I did not consider.
Look,
You're gonna have
I-
to stop at some point. Anytime you give in a little bit, is the time he takes your body on a joyride.
look, I
Congratulations.
promise I
You're
won't.
the mule and cart.
Look, I promise I won't take control unless you give me
I'm
express
sure he's
permission.
promising you something right now, and his word ain't meaning diddly squat.
All you have to do is help me with my research, and I'm not much of a bother anyways. I can be useful.
So, at the end of the day, he's a jacked up nerd thinking that he's on a righteous path, but really he just wants to self absorb in his own studies.
Oh, I'm not righteous at all. I know. I just want to complete my research. I wanted to extend one's life, make them stronger, give them aspects of a dragon, simply. I even was partially successful.
Right, about that camouflage bit, you used pseudo dragons, blood essence.
I took part
Whatever.
of the essence of the pseudo dragon, which has a chameleon-like skin, and managed to apply it to the infant dragon. I was able to do some research. I wasn't able to completely do it for other races, but I, in fact, was able to apply it to myself as well. So far, I'm only able to do it on to other Dragonborns, but not for other races. That was part of the future research. I was mostly focusing on enhancing myself first.
Is this something we could hear, or you?
I'm gonna relay that. All right, so he acknowledges that he's just an unethical researcher. And he's also pointed out that so far he's only had success with dragon/dragon adjacents. Yes. Listen, I don't trust this, but I'm not losing a finger. So until we find another workaround,
It's better
I'm stuck
losing
with
your
him.
finger than your life or your entire identity to this person.
Stand by what I say.
Then you're a fool.
Look, if the white one is so concerned, if you give me control for a few moments downstairs, I do have enough. There should be enough equipment to actually produce the tincture required to give her some of the camouflage abilities. If that might ease her mind, perchance?
Absolutely not.
I doubt that she's going to accept being a experimental subject.
It's not an
Also,
experiment.
That
your
is-
alchemist.
It worked on me.
Also,
Yeah, it worked on
your
you real good.
your alchemist set is busted.
Oh, damn it.
Yes.
Damn
So
it,
even
indeed.
if you did want to do this, your tools don't work.
Can't I just find one working alchemist kit somewhere in this godforsaken land?
I know, right? It's like fucking nowhere.
May not want to hear it, but Grayson, he relates with your plight of alchemy.
Hmm.
Don't worry, Grayson. We're going north next. They'll have something. He has
No,
said for the 13th time now every time Grayson tries to get an
They've passed through imagine they've passed through 2 or 3 really small towns that would not have one, and just every time Grayson asks, and it's just more and more and more denials.
Well, we'll see whenever you guys move on.
Oh, also, I didn't relay this earlier. The only other being that knows about this ring that is confirmed was its forger, and apparently they're dead. So,
So we can
Can-
confirm that they haven't spilled about it.
Can we confirm that they're actually dead and this isn't just another lie?
yeah, is there any way I can insight on a
Sure.
non-physical body?
Sure, you can guess from tone of voice and whatnot. You can try to infer what they are
Okay.
Let me
about
infer the body language of the ghost.
from voice cadence.
All right.
So far, the
Toning
only
is
voice
a lot
cadence
of
he
things.
has is panicked.
Is that insight then?
Insight, which is wisdom based.
Okay, so yes, but I rolled nat 20 and then I have a +2 in insight.
Oh damn! You can tell that he is telling you the absolute truth. It doesn't appear that he can really lie at this point, or he doesn't appear to be trying to lie at all. He's trying to be as honest and as helpful as possible, since he is panicked as he wants to live, so he will tell you the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
All right, so I have reason to believe he's not lying about this. You don't have to trust me. Obviously, we're all strangers, but lying at least about this.
Hmm.
So, the deal has
Orryn,
been struck.
Orryn, you've been pretty quiet at this point.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have too terribly much investment in the argument that's happening. He's kind of just waiting for however this concludes to conclude, so he can ask damn it, what's his name?
Yorash?
Yurash, about his daughter.
Right. So, are you allowed to continue to live, so to speak?
Exist. I wouldn't necessarily call it living.
Oh, of course not. Don't have my beautiful scales. Ah, my beautiful, beautiful scales.
No, but instead you have luscious fur. Get used to it.
All right. So it seems at this point they are keeping the ring.
I pull Grayson aside out of earshot, and then I realize that there's another person involved, so I grab Jasnah and pull her out of earshot.
You can head back downstairs. That would probably be on the real quiet place away from the other two.
Amavasya is going to be stressed out by the fact that they're pulling Jasnah away, but we'll just kind of sit, like physically just sit on the floor and be like, I get it, ears to the side.
A little panic attack. All right, you guys are now out of earshot.
Are we doing this for real?
What?
It seems like they've made up their mind, and I'm not one to just abandon someone.
It's hard to tell whether or not she's actually in control at all. And letting him continue to do what he's trying to do here is probably not a good idea. I understand wanting to extend life again, but that's not what he's doing. That's clearly not what he's doing.
Through.
I hunt monstrosities on the road. It's part of what I do. It's part of the service I provide. Every monster, everything that should not be, comes from some asshole playing with something that they don't understand and calling it science or calling it magic or calling it progression. He is making monsters out of people.
You make a very good point.
If we could find a way to separate them.
We have a way to separate them.
They seem pretty dead set on avoiding that option.
May not be their choice. They stuck the ring on their finger. They have to suffer through the consequences of doing so. I know you have stitched together a limb in your time. I know you can put back a finger. But this is not something we want to be invested in, especially you. And he turns to the Dragonborn. You nearly died over this bullshit twice now.
I want to try to at least try to separate them from him. Even if we have to put her to sleep and cut her finger off then.
Just
not a great option, but
no.
Just an out of character note. Just an out of character note. Regrowing body parts would be part of the regenerate spell, which is a 7th level spell.
Right.
That is correct.
So it's not something that anyone here is
Yeah.
able to do yet.
And I am also going to let you know that even if you cut off their finger, the ring is still attached to the part of the finger that isn't cut off and still can't be removed. It is cursed onto them.
Cut it off at the knuckle? Like on the other side of the ring?
Oh, on the other side you can certainly try. It would be pretty difficult to do, though.
I'm pretty precise.
Not sure if they'll let you do that, but have fun. All right, back into character.
Jasnah's pretty sure they're absolutely not going to let them do that.
Right.
But if it comes to that, it's for the greater good, the lesser of two evils. I would hate to do that to her, them.
All right. And he's just rubbing.
He cannot keep doing what he's doing.
No, he can't. I refuse to let that kind of bullshit happen. No. We are not making chameleons out of people. For someone's own personal crusade? What the
The beginning of his research is justified. The reason why certain races are losing their lifespan is certainly an interesting topic, but I agree that he's going about it the wrong way.
And that's the other thing. we're agreeing to help with research that has just started that got him killed at the very beginning? Is that where we want to be sticking our heads out? He got to step 1 and got incinerated.
True, true.
We don't have to actually help him with anything.
Exactly.
I'm afraid if we agree, take this bastard along, and then we start going back on our own word, then she takes a walk. They take a walk. One night we're gonna go to bed and wake up and there ain't gonna be no Tabaxi. Now I'm a good tracker, but it looks like this guy's experienced in making himself vanish.
Mm.
My only thought at this moment is if we're not going to convince them to give up a finger until we can get somewhere where it can be reattached, is to head east and head directly for the Chantry and have those of high learning remove the damn thing. And then it's their problem.
Mm.
And we need
Get
to
him away from
avoid
the
the city
underground.
when we do this. We cannot walk into Scenario wearing that ring. May the gods strike me down if I'm wrong, but I almost certainly know they are tracking him.
I feel like if they had a better grasp on where he was, they wouldn't have had to use you as the medium.
That's always what they do, though.
Mm.
They were hoping, here's your letter. Oh, thank you very much. Let me just open this. Cracks it open, and both of us go up in flame.
That's true.
No one has to get their hands dirty. No one has to get any blood on them. Problem solved. And what did they lose? A courier? They don't give a fuck.
That does sound like them.
How long you been in the business where you've had to deal with them? You know exactly how they operate. And they will leave all of us without guts on the road to get what they want. And now they have it in a ring where it can't run away, where it's in their control forever.
Hmm.
I say we head east. We avoid the city. I can get us through the wild. To skirt around it, I can get us through. So we don't have to fight this war for some guy who got himself dead. We head to the Chantry, get this ring off them, and we'd be done with it. Then we see where the road takes us. And if we want to stay a team, we want to keep traveling together, fine. If we don't, I have my own things to do. I have my own roads to travel. Grayson does too. But I think we get rid of this problem. Because now it's on all of us. Because somehow or another, they are looking for this guy and they're going to come after anyone invested in it. And that's, at the moment, us.
Well, not much to say against that. You're pretty much entirely right. Jasnah?
I can't say I disagree with anything that's been said so far.
Hmm. How can we know we can trust to drop him with anyone, really?
I don't care too much about trusted when we drop him off.
Just so long
I
he
just
ain't with
want him
us.
gone. Because Because then if they come looking for him, and they come stopping us and holding us up, hands up. Oh, we left him with the Chantry. You can go there and request him. We cleaned our hands of it because we didn't want any trouble with you. We just wanted our friend back and then move on our own ways.
Hmm.
There ain't no business in slaughtering a couple of civilians with nothing in it for them. That just draws attention. So as soon as we drop this off, that's it. It's off our heads.
Can't say I love the idea of it, but I'm certainly not against it.
I don't
But-
think any of us love the idea of any of this.
Hmm. I'm just about the least invested one here. I came along for the adventure with Platt, so I'm not going to try and make him do something he don't want to.
And he'll start pointing upstairs. I want to keep that one alive. I don't want to see them dying over someone else's past. Or some nonsense trying to mix dragons into people. I want to keep them safe. That's what I do.
I'm the one that hired them for a purpose. This was not part of that deal. This is, if anything, it's my fault for bringing them here to come after him. I have to fix this somehow. I don't think that they're in their right mind.
I can tell you they're not in their right mind. They got another mind up in there.
And trust me, you get a little stir crazy when you got two voices going.
Jasnah just raised.
I imagine Grayson and Platt exchange a knowing smile between each other.
Yes. That's a story for another day.
But for now, back on topic.
So.
Jasnah, I think they're your friend or the higher. They're with you. It's only fair you get to make the call.
I think if they have a chance, it would be at the Chantry.
All right.
They would at least be able to point us in a direction, if anything.
We're going to have to be careful about how we sleep, where we sleep, and who we sleep at once. I don't want to wake up and see that this guy has taken them. Because he sounds exactly like the type.
And usually I'd be fine with talking our way through things, but I don't exactly have a great relationship with them. Most towns, most people, they see my name and usually no problem. Them, they hear I'm mixed up in some more trouble with them. They're not going to have a good reaction to it. I think that was the vaguest and strangest thing. But, we'll
Sounds like you're all at a consensus.
Apparently.
While you guys are talking down there, Amavasya and Orryn, are you guys doing anything?
Yeah, so while that conversation was happening, Orryn will go up to Amavasya and you mind relaying a question?
I can hear him.
I believe he can observe everything that I can currently observe while awake. So go ahead, shoot.
While he was Shoot, just a second. Let me open the note. While he was up at the Wayrest, heard tell that he spent a fair amount of time with a gnome called Tana.
Yes, I remember speaking with her a few times before I headed south. Does he know her? Or related?
Uh,
Great grandfather, perhaps?
yes, he's Amavasya will kind of like try to choke down a chuckle. Yes, he recalls the name. He remembers meeting with them.
Can you tell me anything about where they went, what they talked about?
Just her studies. She was a mage from the Chantry, from what I could tell from her robes. She said she was going to meet with somebody and potentially then she was going to start up a shop in the scenario. That's the gist of what I got from her. I don't know. I try not to dwell on such things. I'm more focused on my work.
Go ahead.
It basically he recalls her. He doesn't seem to be very much interested in others, but he remembers them, that they were a mage at the Chantry. They talked about basically just their studies, and she was set to meet with someone and then set up shop in sorry, I didn't actually get to write that part down. What was the location?
Scenaria City. Most commonly,
Naria
most
City.
people just call it Scenaria.
Oh, okay, got it. Uh, apparently she was supposed to set up shop in Scenaria City somewhere.
Where I'm sorry, DM. Where is the town of Wayrest?
Wayrest is this glump of buildings here,
Okay,
and
so
Scenaria City is
Wayrest is
over here.
between Sonaria City and Pebbles Grove.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
And then the Chantry is over here in
Ah,
the town of Versace. And you guys are right where the token is
Yep.
in Pebbles Grove.
you old people.
And there's another old person apparently.
What city is this?
That is the mobile town of Unwitting. It is where the
Did you say
Lee
mobile
Knots
town?
reside. It's kind of like a city that's kind of an army camp, but just never moves. So
Yeah.
it's kind of been built up like it's a tent city basically.
Ooh, okay. Oh, fuck.
Grayson,
Don't you say tent city? You give me Vietnam flashbacks to DayZ.
Oh,
Um,
Peyton, I thought you were going with Mobile City. So we just take the city and push it somewhere else.
That's how we go around it. We push it somewhere else first.
Orryn will just frown and kind of just harumph, and nod, appreciate it, but seems very grumpy by what he was just told, that
Grumpy
Irash was
by
not
his standards or by other people's standards?
by his standards.
Oh man, there's
Yeah,
murder in those
that-
eyes.
that that Urash was so unhelpful. Um,
Are you surprised at this point?
oh, I'm not surprised, but he's trying to find his daughter. Damn it. And then we'll just kind of sit down again, and after a couple minutes, ask Amavasya, how are you feeling about this? Nods at the ring.
Well, it's certainly a new experience. I'm not thrilled that it, you know, the others are in the basement probably talking about the best way to chop off one of my body parts, but I don't, and at this point, there's not much I can do. I'm not exactly very magically savvy. Oh.
Afraid I
Stressful,
don't.
but curious.
Afraid I don't know the spell to remove that for you, but I know it exists.
Anything that just means there's another adventure set ahead for me.
Unless they say anything else, he'll go back to looking at the other spell book.
All right. At this point, everyone can return to the, or everyone has returned to the room at this point.
What do their faces look like when they come back?
We all slowly lift out. No, I'm kidding.
What does everybody look like as they return?
Platt looks determined.
Grayson's a bit somber, but otherwise is just kind of just following behind Platt.
Definitely on the somber end of things, and like she doesn't blame herself, but she's still like, this wouldn't have happened if like she wasn't insistent on coming here to find this guy. So like she feels responsible.
Us is gonna kind of like they're already backed up against the wall, so they can't really go anywhere else. But they're gonna like be visibly anxious.
All right. Now Amavasya.
Yes.
Obviously, we're gonna respect your decision to want to keep your fingers. Can't really not respect that. You know, wouldn't be
You
cool.
hear a phew in your head.
But we are gonna more than just strongly advocate that we make our way to the Chantry and get off that ring.
They're gonna look to Jasnah. Is that the next stop then?
And then Jasnah's going to nod. It'll be safer for everybody.
I'd
Okay.
like to put up my objections to this.
Chantry is a place of high learning. It's a good place. They'll know where to go, at least. Take that ring off your finger, and then they'll know what to do with him.
It's a bunch of stuffy sisters, they're just like any other mages. I'm sure they'd just be dying to take my research and use it themselves.
Is he speaking out loud?
Well, only if Amavasya lets him.
I'm going to say no for now, just because there was already a couple changes, and my character's going to try to keep that under wraps.
Fair enough. So, Amavasya, that's all that you hear that.
Oh, sorry. This just in. Actually, it's not really that important. In any field, any creatives are going to be stolen from, and vice versa.
Stolen from?
Oh, right. He thinks that they're going to steal and continue his research, and then he won't have any part of it.
Well, we're not planning on giving his research to anybody. We're just going there so they could remove him from you. Hopefully. They're our best bet on it happening safely and under circumstances that can be controlled.
We could even burn the research.
We should do that anyway.
We should do that.
Orryn, you have
Excellent
the
point.
research.
I like to see what it says first.
All
At
right.
least somebody understands.
We got a trip ahead of us. You can look it over as we go. Whether or not we think it's for the open air. We can either burn it on the road or we can give it to the Chantry whole. They'll know what to do with it better than anyone else.
I'm not going to the bloody chantry. And Amavasya, you feel within yourself him trying to take control, but it doesn't appear that he's able to. God damn it! But well, shit. I guess that's
I'm sorry.
it's a once a day
What
thing.
part of the deal?
We didn't make a deal, and I'm not going to the bloody chantry.
Interesting. So, why are you so opposed to this chantry?
First off, they'll probably just put me in some box somewhere, siphon me away, or try to steal all my research. Or, knowing one of the sisters that I know quite intimately, they'll simply purge me right away.
Oh, he has lady drama.
Oh, he's definitely going. He's definitely going now, because I want to see this.
I hate both of those two gentlemen.
I'm not going to say that out loud.
Well, if we've no longer got any business in this space, shall we begin to make our way back?
Or
The-
not.
I've been hoping.
You guys all turn to the etching on the wall. As the place that you came from, it was chalk drawn on the wall, but now you actually take the time to look at it here, now the portal's gone. It looks to be like carved into the wall, etching of the very similar magical diagram.
So this place will be here as long as we have that other, the other side etched up somewhere. Eventually, one day, when that spell
Yeah,
can be
can-
cast.
Can I tell? Is that like? Do you need to cast teleportation circle in order to like scribe this, or is scribing the symbol
Give me an
And-
Arcana check.
and having the blood to activate it enough? Arcana check. Ooh, that's pretty good. That is a 24.
Yeah, you would know that you would need to have the spell to be able to create a
forge the
circle to
connection.
come here.
Okay.
Yes.
Can
This is
I?
a very unique spell, though. You've heard of some people researching it,
Mhm.
but you hadn't heard that somebody had actually been able to complete this type of spell.
Can it be placed on a does it have to be stationary, or would it work if it were on like a mobile thing?
Given your current like even with a 24, like you've never actually cast this type of spell before. It is very above your level. You're pretty sure it would have to be though a stationary location.
Okay, so taking out the part of the wall with the symbol on it probably wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Damn.
Still.
And by part of the wall, it's like a good 7 foot by 7 foot.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that large.
It was very large. I guess I didn't do a good job of describing it.
Yeah, there was no size descriptor.
All right,
Um,
note to self. Anywho, what are you guys doing? You're currently just standing around shuffling your feet.
They're just trying to get out, but they don't have dragon blood.
Yeah, well,
Excuse you.
out of curiosity, I will go down and get some of the blood from the red dragon and come back up and smear it on and see if that works.
All right, you go down. You smear a bunch of the blood all over the thing as Jasnah did before. Nothing happens.
Okay.
Jasnah will cut her palm and do the same.
All right. 1 point of damage. You spread your palm as you did the last time, smearing it over the portal. And nothing happens. Amavasya, you hear in your head kind of, oh shit. Well, I guess nobody's going to the chittery then.
So Jasnah's gonna pause and like turn around and like look over her glasses at
Everybody's head slowly creeping through Amavasya, like,
Ears
Well.
instantly back. It seems like there's a problem.
what's
So
the prick got
what-
to say?
It worked earlier. Why does it not work on the return trip?
Well, it's a two-way teleportation. There's one here, there's one back in Midcryu. If it's not working here, then something happened to the portal on the other side. Either somebody erased it, destroyed it, something happened to it. You got the dragon's blood, obviously. So,
The wall fell down because of that Eldritch Blast.
Listen, we got through it the first time. It wasn't my fault.
That was me. That wasn't Orryn.
Grayson says this. No. Grayson says this no matter like the immediate tension in the air, just like
Just no prompting. Just
Yeah.
blurts it out. Excellent.
even if they damaged it a little bit, as apparently they did, if you manage to open it here, then it's fine. And I don't think a single hole in the wall should have destroyed the whole building. Clearly, somebody came in after and probably erased it. Probably someone who sent that courier.
Wait, didn't hear that. Never mind.
So, is there another door?
No, there isn't. That was the only way in and out. I guess when you all die, and somebody might eventually figure out how to bring this place back through, I guess I'll get another owner, and maybe they'll be more amenable to my research. Amenable? Amenable.
I see. Oh,
Oh, what's the word there, Amavasya?
he's saying there's no other doors. Also, I'd like to insight check that if possible.
Yeah, sure.
Word.
Oh, most excellent. I love being trapped in small alternate pocket dimensions.
20 total.
He is kind of laughing his ass off at your unluckiness. He's telling you the truth.
Oh no. So he doesn't think that a little bit of damage would have destroyed the other side of the writing stuff, but somebody else might have come in after us and taken care of it.
Hmm.
So there doesn't appear to be another door. In fact, there isn't.
Welcome to
Yeah.
hell, being trapped in a different location that you're used to. It's hell.
He says, "Welcome to hell."
Well, we've got enough food and water. We've got food and water to last us theoretically indefinitely, and he'll just gesture to Platt like, thanks for that. So we've got time to figure a way out of here. You just, have to figure that way out of here. If this Dragonborn is as intelligent as he claims to be, there's no way he would have left one way in, one way out with such an easy way to get trapped. He's just hiding it from us, I'm sure.
Can
pretty
I
reckless.
make a more thorough investigation check of the just the place, just looking for another way out?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead
Can I
and
assist
give me
with
an
that?
investigation. Sure. You guys, I'll just say for the next 20 minutes or so, you guys are kind of going around the room trying to find another exit, like tapping on walls. Like everyone can do an investigation if they want.
25.
25 exactly as well.
Damn.
What is my
Net
roll?
20 plus 5.
Well done. Everyone is looking
17. Yeah.
quite thoroughly.
6.
17.
You guys are pretty sure, like, you've gone downstairs checking the walls, moving crates. Like you're all taking 20 to do this, and there's no other, like, all the walls are perfectly sealed. Like there's no cracks, no hidden doors, no trap doors. You're stuck.
Hmm.
Guys all reconvene back upstairs.
Slow TPK session 2.
Hold on.
It's a total party kill, just very slowly.
Yeah.
Just over the course of a couple.
Oh
decades.
yeah, that's totally what I had planned. No. As you all regather and recount each other with, yeah, you haven't found shit. What's everyone's passive perceptions?
16.
12
12.
13.
and 15 for
13.
Moire.
All right,
Oh,
Pat.
Philly has a pretty good passive.
You
Never
notice
mind.
this first as you're all gathered around upstairs. There's a slight glint that you didn't quite notice earlier. Though you're sure you checked this place before. It's the door heading downstairs. But it's not the same door as you've seen since you've been in this place. Everyone can notice it at this point, but at this point it looks like it's a completely different color. It's like a blue velvety kind of color with a number of different dots on it holding in the fabric. At the very top of the door, there is a symbol on it.
Well, hello.
Do I recognize the symbol?
Give me a history check.
I'm gonna use my luck point from Fortune's Favor that I cast last time.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Would I
that's
have
better.
potentially seen this in my
22.
travels?
You have
like
no
he's-
idea what this symbol is. Grayson, go ahead if you want to roll as well.
History, or you did say history,
Whatever
right?
whatever you think would be most prevalent.
Yeah, probably that. Yep.
Yeah, you have no idea what this symbol means as well. But the door is currently closed, and it is quite different from the door before.
This seems like a terrible plan.
That's what we do, don't we, Grayson? Terrible fucking plans. And I grab the doorknob.
Hey, I'm this old, aren't
Dude,
I? Had to have worked some way.
just grabbed it? You didn't even check it?
At this point, we're already trapped.
Yeah.
The best
Fair.
trap this could possibly be is not existing.
Oh boy, here we go.
So you open the door.
Yup.
Instantly grabs,
Alright.
like steps in front of Jasnah.
It is.
Billionaire guide us.
It is completely dark inside. You cannot see a thing.
Is it magical darkness or like, can I see?
Yeah, what about
cannot
dark
see.
vision
It
peeps?
is
Oh,
pure black.
I'm going to look through Philly's eyes because they can see through magical darkness.
It is still pure black.
That's discomforting.
So yeah, so Grayson just kind of like his eyes fade and like shine with like a radiance, and then just reopens them normal again, and he's like, "Oh, that's not good."
Grayson, in your mind, when Philly comes back to you, well, there's only one way out. How about another adventure?
Well, adventure's my middle name.
Come on, we all know it's Robert.
Don't ruin my fun.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, turning. You'll lean a little into Platt, and you're like, "Well, the woman says this is the way, so that's the way."
I trust the woman.
All right, 2 enter, 3 remain.
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
In my head, I'd like to ask Yorash if he recognizes the symbol.
I have no bloody idea what the hell this thing is.
Alright, so at least it isn't his enemy.
Yes, it's just gonna sigh. Well, I did leave home for adventure. She
It's true.
gives him a look and then heads off towards the dark door.
All right. One more.
Come on, old grumpy.
I already said I followed him in.
Amavasya was the last one.
Okay.
Well, no,
I am.
Sorry, earlier I specified that I was going ahead of Jasnah.
Okay.
Oops.
Yeah.
My apologies. All right. You have all
Typically, if there's
entered.
doorways, I'll lead first because of my job.
All right. Duly noted. All right. Hopefully everyone has their music on. It goes dark for a moment once you've all entered. few moments later, light appears around all of you. Looking around,
Welcome
there
to the
are a
velvet
number of...
room.
Oh, shut your mouth and let me monologue. Before you, there are a number of blue-colored drapes along all of the walls. Front of you, on your right-hand side, there's a long bar with a woman standing behind it. She is also wearing a velvet blue, human-looking blonde hair, but golden eyes. Behind her are a number of different liquor bottles, all of all different shapes and sizes and with different colored liquids within each. Some you recognize, many more you don't. On the left-hand side, there is a raised stage with two figures on it. One appears to be singing, as you hear, and the other is playing a piano behind them. In front of all of you, there are 5 tables, each with a single chair and a single candle burning at each. In front of you are all standing behind one of them. The far side of the room, there's a table with a man sitting behind it. He is peculiarly dressed, with a long nose.
Classy place.
Let me give you a picture.
Yes! Yes, we're playing Persona, boys! I am so into this!
And since you fucking ruined it earlier, I will say it anyways. As you all start to look around, he reaches out a hand towards all of you, saying, "Welcome to the Velvet Room, a place between dream and reality, mind and matter. Please, have a seat."
We're checking the seat for traps.
Yeah, hell, Grayson like plops himself down, but just sitting like in a very, for lack of a better, just like an entitled pose, like he's meant to be here. Just like, oh, thank you for giving me this opportunity. So, like, I don't know.
Go ahead and roll investigation for your trap.
19 plus 5.
24. This place does not appear to be trapped, or at least any of the steps.
I think you cut out.
Here, let me give you a picture of the woman on the... There we go. The man sitting behind the desk addresses the lot of you, or actually, sorry, you guys were all reacting.
Yes.
just walks up and sits down. Well, this is better than where I thought we were going through the darkness.
Jasnah's very wide-eyed, but she'll sit she sits very straight backed, like she doesn't lean back into the chair, like her back is very straight and her hands are in her lap and she's paying very close attention to everything.
Very proper posture.
Yes, but she's like her eyes are wide, she's curious, but she has a very, I guess, serious expression, just being very careful.
Platt would be leaning back in his chair, but the shell prevents this.
Can Platt chair?
Your chair is actually, you kind of lean back. It doesn't, you've sat in a number of chairs, most of them breaking, but you sit in this one and you don't even hear a creak. You kind of lean back just naturally, and you feel as if you're actually able to lean back.
That's nice.
Also, DM, I have no idea what you said when I did traps because it cut out.
No worries. You're looking everywhere, and there doesn't appear to be a trap in sight. It is very unnerving. Just the whole
Stay on
feel
like
of this
the
place.
edge of the seat.
Well,
After everyone else sits down, Orryn will eventually do so, just eyes narrowed, looking at Igor.
well, you don't know his name yet, but
That was me saying it. It wasn't him saying
I know.
it.
Well, shit, I was about to do that anyways. Well then, welcome. I've had my eye on the lot of you for some time now. You are very interesting guests here to my velvet room. But where are my manners? My name is Igor. I am the master of this place. And over here, he gestures to his left, your right, is my assistant, Margaret. She'll be attending the bar. If you need anything to drink, please, go ahead and ask. She puts one arm to her shoulder and gives you all a slight bow. Hello there, and welcome. Well, most of you are reacting much better than I had anticipated. My last group of guests were quite rambunctious.
Yeah. By the time I'm reaching my age, I've just kind of learned to roll with the flow.
To be fair, this isn't the first bar we've appeared in after a long stretch of darkness.
Fair enough. That was a interesting evening, if I do recall. Like I said, I've been observing the lot of you for some time now.
Some time indeed. I don't even remember how long ago that night was.
No,
Just
that
remember the
was
night.
the whiskey, boy.
Now I say I remember the night. It's more like I remember the lack of remembering.
He chuckles. Well, all that aside, again, I welcome you to my velvet room. It seems the lot of you are in a bit of a bind currently. Stuck in a, well, different dimension. With no way to return.
I'm guessing you're about to alleviate us of that predicament.
I'm sorry, but who are you exactly?
Like I said, my name is Igor. I am the master of this place.
If it ain't too rude, maybe the proper question is what are you? And what is all this? I don't know, and I would have brought my fancy clothes.
That's quite all right. This room changes its appearance based off of the guests I currently have. It's been a number of different things up until this point, but this is probably the first time that I can actually get a drink. And my apologies, young lady, but I am, let's say, an observer. Does that answer your question?
No, it just brings up more questions, but continue.
Well, then. Seems a lot of you were trapped in that weird, crazy, mad scientist's room. And he snaps his finger, and between, or in the center, like all of your chairs and individual tables are facing towards him, and in between all of them, and between you guys and him, appears a little spectral figure of, looks to be, the Dragonborn. And Amavasya, you go to check your ring and like you touch to feel where it is and try to make it appear, but it is not there currently.
Ah, there you are. And Plaid just flicks him off.
Oh, well, what the bloody fuck shit? Where am I? Oh, there's no need for that. Another snap, and it appears that he's talking, but not making any sound.
Sure, Amavasya appreciates that.
Well, it seems this individual has been giving you some trouble.
Some.
Some is a word for it.
Well, if you wish, I could deal with him and then return you to your own plane of existence, if you wish.
Well, that would solve a whole mess of problems.
It would.
Though
Right.
I have a strong suspicion there will be a problem with that, so all cards on the table.
Pardon my bluntness, but as nice as this place is and as welcoming as you've been, we haven't got much reason to trust you quite yet.
That is quite fair. We've only just met. How's to this thing?
How?
How what?
Well, certainly I wouldn't agree to anything without knowing the method of which you would alleviate the situation.
Well, while I'm in control of my own realm, anything within my realm is subject to my whim.
That's not comforting.
And it is incredibly concerning.
Well, I can simply make the ring disappear, be gone forever, banish his soul to, well, whatever planes live beyond. Or I can simply just leave it on him, or on them. And you can carry on back to your tower. The door is there. He gestures, and you look behind you, and there's an open door. You're free to leave at any point of time you wish. But if you wish, I can deal with him and send you back to your own plane, like I said before.
For what cost?
He waves his hand over his table, and on the other side from the wave, after you can see the table again, a number of cards appear. You can simply take a card, and it simply allows you to return here at any point in time you wish, as long as you have the necessary tools at hand. That will become clear at a later date. But
An app appears on our phone.
no.
No, this is the Persona forecast we have.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
We don't
This
get
is
we don't get the guns.
other guests had other means of returning to me, but you can find your own. You will find your own way based off of wherever you're from. You can return here and meet some of my other guests from your world. You're not the first I've invited here, and probably not the last. But you are most interesting.
Can I try and insight check him? Like, what is he gaining here? What does he want?
You could
It's
just
just
ask
with
him,
them.
but if you want to insight, go ahead.
23.
It's pretty hard to read this being, but he doesn't seem to have any malicious intent, if that's what you're trying to discern.
Hmm.
He stated that's what he wants, and you're pretty sure that is all he wants.
So, essentially, you're just gonna keep observing us.
Exactly. This would allow me to check in on you more easily, and would allow you to return here if you wish to discuss things or make future deals. Or, if you wish, he gestures over to his left, simply get a drink.
Orryn will just harumph and draw a card.
Like, you guys are at your own tables, you'd have to get up and go up and over to him.
Yeah.
Let's going to get up and walk over to the bar.
Grayson's gonna join him. Fuck, he needs a drink.
My good
All right,
lady, we have been on the road a while and in some
right.
backwater towns.
We're gonna start with Orryn since he's approaching the table first.
Yeah, that's fair.
You get up, passing Yoresh, who appears to be like kind invisibly chained in silence at this point, and he's trying to wriggle around, but not much is happening with that. You come up, you draw a card. It looks to be. You flip it over. You see the Jaren numeral, i.e., Roman numeral, for the number 1. The magician, quite fitting. And on the picture is a man with what looks to be a wand, casting something over a sword and a branch of wood.
Hmm.
Stands for power
He'll,
and inspired action.
he'll draw it, harumph again, and say, "Tell me something I don't know."
And if this is Persona
Kind
4,
of-
prepare to get hit in the balls a lot.
He leans forward. Your daughter is in Scenaria City. Is that something you didn't know?
That was the next place I was gonna look.
Alright, so then how about this? They're somewhere in the Warrens. Is that something more you didn't know?
Yes.
He smiles, and you look back to the card, and it is no longer in your hand. But there are only 21 cards left on the table. Back to the bar. The Lady Margaret gives you all, the two of you, a bow. What will you be having today, gentlemen?
After you.
And Grayson just takes like a long look at the insane just variety of various alcohol behind the bar and just no, nah, down with it. Your pick, whatever your personal recommendation might be.
Looks over to Pat. Or Platt. And you?
I think a whiskey sour would do me mighty fine.
Gives a nod and begins to make your drink, as well as another weirdly colored drink. What's Jasnah and Amavasya?
Jasnah is hesitating, but she gets up and goes to draw a card.
All right. You reach down and you pull a card. Appears to be the number 8. Strength. It depicts a picture of a woman walking towards a lion. Strength. Mighty will. And the awakening of the unknown. Your searches will turn up a number of interesting finds, my dear.
Is tarot like something in this world? Like, I know divination is a thing, but this particular, like, thing that's going on.
Yeah, tarot's not commonly used, but some fortune tellers use it.
She doesn't seem upset by this. Hopefully, I will find cause to believe you.
I'm sure you will.
And she'll nod and head back to the chair. She does not want to drink.
Amavasya? What are they doing?
Well, they're thinking. They're doing some gear grinding.
Let her or let them
I
think.
cannot. Well,
We're gonna
at this
let-
point, I can't hear Yoresh at all.
Nope, Yoresh is completely silenced, thrashing against invisible chains in the middle of the room.
Okay, so I guess Amavasya is just gonna go up in order to talk to Igor.
Of course. Yes. Do you want a card, or his eyes shift to the Dragonborn behind you? Do you wish to speak with him at least one last time?
I'm curious. You say that you can remove this ring, but could you just remove him?
Potentially, but then why? What would be the cost of losing such a thing? And perhaps maybe I have intentions for the ring. Who knows?
Well, I'm a fan of this ring, you see.
It is quite
Particularly care for.
It is quite the find. Give me a persuasion check. Trying to
Where's my sheet?
and don't forget,
Persuasion is +3.
You do have inspiration from if you want.
Don't know how to use that. I just clicked it
It
on
just
the
means
sheet.
you can re-roll again. It's basically like a luck.
Although I'd
card.
have
You can decide after the
to
roll.
roll before I know what the outcome is.
Yeah, basically exactly like luck.
I like my 18. I'll keep it. I don't think it's gonna roll higher.
I guess. I guess I can simply remove him. But do know, if it still has its initial curse on it, if you fall with the ring, you will go in it instead. So do be careful. If you take my deal, that is.
Understood. May I speak with him? Privately.
By all means. And he gestures behind him, and a door appears and looks to open. Yoresh is floated back into this side room. Take your time.
I'm just gonna kind of look back at Jasnah and give like a kind of like be back wave. No, I'll head inside.
All right. It looks like
If Jasnah
nice-
got up to follow, would she be allowed?
Is that a thing?
Does Amavasya wish to allow her to follow?
If she comes over, then yeah, I won't turn her away.
All right, then, yeah. You can follow them into the back room, which looks like a very nicely set up. Like there's a table and chairs, lantern floating awkwardly in the middle of the room. Yoresh is set down behind one of the chairs. It looks like his hands are still like shackled, but he can speak again. God damn it! What the hell is this place? Please, please don't make this. Please, I do not want to be trapped in this weird dimension for the rest of eternity, or go to the hells or the abyss, or whatever is after. Maybe Celestia? No, not likely. Please don't make me here.
Well, you certainly didn't want to go to the Chantry, and that was where we were going. This way, you are still your individual, and this is a realm. Maybe you can study here. But you certainly won't be able to continue your studies in that ring.
Jasnah, are you you're just watching with us?
She could hear everything?
Oh yeah, she can hear him, no problem.
You are already dead. You were dead before we even got there. You failed at what you were doing. You should be going to where you were going.
Yes, but I had to land in case something had gone wrong. That's why I had the ring. So I could continue even in case such an event would happen.
She
So I-
shrugged. Sometimes plans don't go the way you expect.
I don't know, what was it, 10 minutes?
Either you're a ring in a hole or you're here.
Come on, I'm sure my research can help in some way. I have magic, I can cast spells, I can assist you. I can help you find do whatever dig you're looking for. Just don't suddenly get me locked up with this man. Kinda creeps me out. Who has a nose that long?
Well, that's just rude.
Come on, I did start working on learning how to enhance one's personal strength or vitality. I can improve one's mind, or depending on the dragon that you find, but I can help enhance one's mind or one's strength or constitution. Come on, something, please.
No, thank you.
I just sort of slowly shake my head now.
Like she's standing very tall, very straight, arms folded, narrow-eyed. He's not going to change her mind.
His eyes kind of look down, sunken and defeated at this point. No. He's just mumbling to himself now. Just kind of thinking around. No, damn it. No, please, no, God, no, please don't leave me. No, I don't want to go yet. I have so much I need to do. Please, no. And I'll just continue.
Jasnah will just take Amavasya's arm and lead her away if that's possible. There's no point in them staying.
Will they go with Jasnah?
Question.
Answer.
So he's basically spectral at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, you can see through him. Like he still has like the same figure like you guys should be able to see his portrait.
So, mechanics question because I don't know. Can a spectral image touch another spectral image?
You're not 100% sure of the rules of this realm. You can certainly try.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna attempt to use. Oh crap! No, why can't I pull up my character sheet?
I can pull it up
Broke.
pretty quickly. What spell?
Oh wait, here it is. Okay. Could I use silent image
Mm-hmm.
to try to like give him a consoling pat on the shoulder? As in like
Silent image
death
or
happens
mage
to
hand?
us all, but like you gotta go. My mage hand is holding shells.
Okay. Sure, why not? Your silent image appears of. Is it of you or what? Like, what's the silent image of?
Yeah, sure.
All right, you get up and start to leave with Jasnah as your silent image is just standing behind him, giving him a sad pat on the shoulder. Jumping back to the boys at the bar, a whiskey sour is put in front of Pat, as well as what looks to be some green-looking drink in front of Grayson.
Hmm.
Green fairy, and that's made with ambrosia. Grayson gonna die.
It's some green-looking drink.
Grayson,
Please enjoy, sirs.
Thank you very much. And he'll take a sniff beforehand to get a feel like for how much alcohol it may or may not have, if it's like super strong, or not.
Platt
It
holds
smells
his
pretty
glass up to
alcoholic.
Grayson.
It's what, sorry?
It smells pretty alcoholic.
Ooh. Here we go. And he'll Grayson will like turn to Platt, raise his drink in return.
We survive another one. And he just takes a sip and starts walking over to the cards.
Yep. Grayson also takes a sip.
All right. Are you guys heading and taking cards as Amavasya and Jasnah come out from the back room?
Yeah.
All right, who's grabbing first?
Platt will reach out and just tap his claw on a few of them before grabbing one and pulling it up.
All right. You pull up number 9, the Hermit. It looks like an older gentleman holding a lantern, walking on a barren landscape. The Hermit, soul searching and inner guidance. Seems fitting for a wanderer such as yourself.
Now, there ain't going to be a second of that card, right?
No. Igor has a grin. There is one card for each person, and a number of the cards have already been taken. But when you look back down, there's still 22, despite 3 of them already been taken.
Okay. Now, do I have to pick the card, or can I have someone pick for me?
It is your card. It's your choice.
Fair enough. And Grayson will just kind of look at them, all of them. Like he slowly pans his look really dramatically along each of the cards. Before eventually going
You hear in your head, Oh, just pick a bloody card already. I mean, I'm not sure if this man will bite. And you see Igor kind of have a grin. No, I don't bite. And in your head, you hear a bit of a gasp and a.
Yeah, Grayson also Grayson visibly he doesn't take a step back or anything, but he looks up at you like, oh, that's intriguing.
He's just smiling there, hands folded into each other.
Well, Leonore, you've been outclassed. And at that, Grayson just picks up a random card without fucking looking.
It appears so. You pull your card. Number 6. The lovers. A picture of a man and a woman staring into each other, arms embracing one another.
That's a fitting.
Choices and values aligned. Indeed.
I already got a love in my life. Fortunately, it's a little bit of a one-way. She really just can't get enough of me.
And I can't wait to see how this goes.
Payton, what did you say about being outclassed? Did you say a name before that?
Yeah, Grayson's line was, well, Leonore, you've been outclassed.
Leonore, okay.
Yeah.
And then there was one. Igor looks over to Amavasya.
Yes, well, I decided that Yorash should this.
Not.
But
He's got what's coming to him.
for sure. But I will still like to remain with this for the trouble he's brought me.
As agreed, you will have it, but it will still contain its initial properties, just -1 Dragonborn soul.
Enough. And I'm going to examine the cards and just kind of. Good.
22 cards in front of you.
I'm going to close my eyes and reflect within myself for a moment. And then reach out and grab the card that compels me.
All right. You close your eyes, you're moving your hand, and you feel like you need to stop and grab the card. Flipping it upright, you see the number 15, the star.
Oh, okay.
There looks to be a woman with long, flowing hair, with a large star in the background. 2 bowls, one dipped into the river which she's half in, and the other pouring some liquid out the other side. Renewal and hope, as well as purpose. I hope you find all of these.
Amavasya will give a nod.
Well then, it seems you've all decided. I am most pleased with your choice. If you so wish, you can leave at any time and you will return to your own realm. But do feel free to come back anytime you wish. The bar will always be open, no charge. And I'm always here for counsel if you so wish. Even if it's, he slides his eyes over to Grayson, couples counseling.
Grayson just raises his drink and kind of nods eh.
You hear in your head, I'm not sure I like him.
Oh, he's great.
Jasnah still looks a bit uncomfortable with the situation, but She's just kind of watching everyone else and seeing what's going on with them.
Now, 2 are drinking. 1 is. Or what is Orryn doing?
Orryn's just sitting back and observing, basically, just watching everything very carefully. What did he see when he was watching everyone else pick up cards? Like, when they picked up the card, could he see how there was still 22 left on the table? Like, did they pick it up and there was still one in the same spot? Or was it like a trick of the eyes where you couldn't see it, but when
Give
you
me a
looked
perception
back-
check.
Okay. Aha! What is my perception? Plus 2, 18.
It did look as though there was still a card remaining on the table.
In
After
the same
they picked up
spot
a
where
card.
they picked it up?
In the
Okay.
exact same. Well then, do endure your drinks, and if you need anything, go ahead and ask. And that is the full text of the Ring of Shielding. And the A next to the item means it does require attunement.
Okay.
The ring hadn't required it before because somebody else was attuned to it for you, basically.
Got it.
So what's everybody doing now?
Did he indicate how we could leave?
Yeah, he gestured to the door that he showed you earlier. That you can leave at any time you wish.
The same door that previously went back to the extra dimensional space?
It's just the same door that you guys came in from. You can leave at any time.
And
It's
Jasnah will inform the others that their little tag along is going to remain here for indefinitely.
well, he'll go to wherever his afterlife demands he goes.
Not with us.
Most assuredly. If you truly wished, I could modify the ring and make sure he can't take control, period. But that is your choice.
Why are you offering so much?
Call it a gift or a whim of curiosity.
If you've been
Works just
watching
what
us
you all
as
do.
long as you say you've been watching us, then you should know that this is going to seem suspicious. More than a little so.
He just grins even deeper. Of course. But how else was I going to meet you all and look deeper into your lives?
I think we'd do well to walk out without a tag along. Let him go. Flat will just finish his drink.
It is their choice. They are the one with the ring.
Or glance down at my paw and back to the door. And then to Jasnah. Just kind of give a sigh. Well, as tempting as having another, I suppose, perspective. As interesting as that could be, he He was already gone. Shouldn't have been in that ring.
Then you've done the best thing for him.
Tails just gonna kind of like flick a little bit, like I got praised, and then just be like, and that will, hearing Jasnah will be what cements my decision on leaving him.
Very well. He shall be left. Is everyone just gonna sit around and drink and stare awkwardly into this man, or are you guys going to leave? He doesn't have a problem just having awkward staring contests with you guys at all. He's sitting there grinning with that same smile. Here, let's bring up the image again.
I'm not doing awkward staring at all. I'm just drinking and enjoying the fact that we're not going to be trapped in a plane forever.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
This is fucking... We've been on the road a while. This is lush.
It is quite nice.
That is true.
Get used to this shit.
Though I should mention something in case you plan to take advantage of the future in the future. Coming here simply, how should I put it, stops time in your world. You can't exactly rest here. You can come and visit, but you must still sleep and rest in your own world.
Can't abuse the gift you're giving us.
Some others have attempted such in the past. They learned that folly in the most hilarious way.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to just kind of dig around in my bag and hand over a potion of healing to Jasnah.
That would be helpful, thank you.
Well, if we've got the space and the time to talk just a bit.
By all means. Would you like a private room?
Grayson will glance around to the others. Like, thinking we ought to discuss our next steps. What say you? If it even is an hour next steps.
Sounds like a plan to me.
In that case, I will return to my office then. And he snaps his fingers and he kind of fades and another door appears behind where he was with the same symbol of the door that you guys entered from.
As he's fading, Grayson again will just like lift his glass to you, like, pleasure meeting you.
Anytime.
What an interesting man. And then just continue sipping.
Well, do the rest of you have any plans? Now that we don't have to go to the Chantry.
I plan to go to Sonaria City after that.
Where is that?
That's just north of...
Ah.
Yeah.
Up and to the left.
Oh. See it.
It's here, guys.
Have you seen it yet? Have you seen it yet?
Have you found it? It's here.
There's a subtle hint as to where it is on the map.
Bloody nose. Well, she hasn't left her country for a while.
No, well, that was me asking.
Oh,
But
I thought it was Jasnah.
no, she has maps.
Here. It might be somewhere around here, I think. For some reason, a force is declaring that this
So she's like,
Did I clear it up for you?
I like to imagine we're all standing around a map just pointing.
You hear Margaret from behind it with that question. If you wish for a map, and she's going to snap her fingers, and the kind of middle area where Yoresh was kind of spectrally standing, kind of raises up into a table, and it looks kind of like a 3-dimensional map kind of appears.
Grayson folds away his little
arrow.
traveling map, like, alright, well, I didn't use it anyways, that's cool.
The little arrow over to Solnaria City.
I'm sure most of you have heard the stories about the Black Barrow? She asked questioningly, looking at everyone.
I'm sure I have, but remind me.
Funny enough, we were heading up that way. We were heading into Calendar.
It's pronounced Calidor.
Well, my brain has played World of Warcraft for many, many years.
I know, fair enough, but it's called Calidor.
Have I
this
heard of
world.
the Black Barrow?
Give me a history check.
That's a natural one.
No.
Look, it's a map.
No, you do not know what the Black Barrow is.
Might Grayson have heard that name on his travels? Or
Go ahead and give me a history.
I'm gonna roll that as well since I spent a lot of time up there.
Grayson, you've heard many a tale of the Black Barrow. You've heard it being a cursed land where an ancient battle was fought many thousands of years ago. But nobody goes there due to it being cursed.
That'll
Has a
cook, please.
dome over top?
Is a what over top?
Or
A gigantic dome over the whole city.
Oh,
I mean like a Black Barrow?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what a barrow is.
It's a graveyard. It's like a large burial ground that they made into that's a large dome.
Well, thank you, Google. I searched barrow and got wheelbarrow.
Yeah,
That's what I thought it was.
luckily I'm a giant nerd.
Thank you, Zach.
Yes, it's got many a tale attached to it, and people can't get in because of this dome and general cursedness, and she waves her hand almost dismissively at that. But I have been attempting to put together an expedition to the Black Barrow. I have a map that should actually lead us into the city proper, what it used to be before it became cursed. There has to be information in there that's been lost. It's been thousands and thousands of years of what happened, why the world is the way it is, why lifespans are shortening, and there may be information about that there.
Well, we were heading up to Caloris to pick up some supplies and goods for Grayson's business, and I was gonna look for a little bit of work. It sounds like a little bit of work just found me.
Well, I could put off a supply run for some adventure.
Well, we gotta pass through there anyway. Besides, I
Yeah,
think I'm the
okay.
only one that can converse with the locals.
Gotta
And
pass through Caloris to get to Black Barrow, and gotta pass through Sonaria City to get to Caloris, so it sounds like it works out for everyone.
It's pronounced
Winning
Caleris.
combination.
I know it's spelled weird, but it is pronounced Caleris.
Was it pronounced Caleris 200 years ago?
Yes, it was always pronounced
Okay.
Caleris.
That's the old way of saying the name, and I'm sticking with it.
I mean, he could still claim that. No one's old
He
enough to
could.
tell him otherwise.
Who's gonna tell him no?
He's the
I was
ultimate
alive
old
for
person
it.
of this
Fair
group.
enough.
Back in my day.
Margaret will speak up. It's pronounced Caleris, you child.
What I said, Clax.
Clarice?
Well, have fun when the locals, well, skewer you for saying such.
Ah,
It'd be a boring end to your tale, though.
Man,
been a few years since I've been up there. Forgot that they were out the cold.
you just have to know how to talk to him.
Know how to talk? Who you think you're talking to?
Except I'm the one who can speak Orcish.
Yeah, besides the point.
Well, if we're sitting on destination, then should probably go back to where we belong, gather up some road supplies.
We've already got the blankets and coats.
And it's gonna get cold up there. It's always cold there.
Much preferable, if I do say so myself.
Well, the lot of you finish your drinks and start to head towards the door. Margaret gives a bow and best of luck on your travels. And if I believe I know my individuals, somebody should be expecting you when you return to town. Do take care.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna walk out the door.
All right.
Thanks.
We were
And
already
we'll
expecting
kind of
that.
place the,
She gives a bit of a smile.
I'll place my glass on the counter and give a nod, and then rush up. So I'm checking the door ahead of Jasnah.
Fair enough. And
Well, thank you for your hospitality, Miss Margaret.
she gives a slight bow / nod. Anytime.
Mm.
Much better than the last individuals we had through here. Oh, that man. See her shaking her head.
Suppose that'll be a story for next time.
Indeed.
Do tell us if we return.
I am at your disposal. And everyone heads out the door. And that's where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Yay!
Huzzah! There was a lot more time spent with the ring than I had initially anticipated. But
Oops.
in a good way. That this was much more interesting than I thought.
Oh.
That's a pleasant twist.
Always good when it takes a turn for the better.
Oh yeah.
No
Definitely
finger
more
amputations.
No little fingers. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed all that, and thank you, stream, for watching all of that.
Woo!
Huzzah!
Mhm.
Victory!
Victory screech.
Damn it! I thought I had the Final Fantasy victory music somewhere, but I guess I don't.
Right, I got you.
Yeah.
The entire stream gets taken down.
I'm using both Persona and Witcher music already.
Yeah.
It's already good.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
Sure.
got back.
There's your victory music.
Okay. So I am going to close the stream down for now. We will be back next week at the same time. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Farewell, world.
Bye.
Thanks for